Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Omashewa again for Swan Beauty. Happy New Year to you all. This year is going to be a great year for each and every one of us in Jesus' name. This year we're going to be doing different gele styles and African gele styles and complementary makeup looks, and of course different makeup looks, in our trail. So this I'm starting with this pink gele. And I'm just going to do a complimentary makeup look for it. So for the look, I'm starting off with this eye primer is by Blushing Girl Tools. I'm going to be talking about this eye primer in my subsequent videos, and I'm going to be telling you, how I enjoy using it, where and where you can get it, and basically, how you can also enjoy using it. So I like to pat my eye primer very well on the eyelid, so that I get a good outcome or outlook for my eyeshadow. So I'm picking this brown air tone color from the Morphe brushes 35W eyeshadow palette, and I'm using that all over our crease area just to give it some form of warmth, because so that that place won't be very blank. So this look is very much about the Morphe brushes 35W eyeshadow palette. So all the eyeshadow looks I'll be creating are going to be coming from that eyeshadow palette. So I'm going in with this frosty pink color, also from that Morphe brushes 35W eyeshadow palette, and it's kind of, it's a frosty pink eyeshadow, frosty baby pink, let me say. It's very beautiful, and I'm just basically laying it on our main eyelid, and I'm making sure that I do not pass the crease area. Now I'm going in with this color. It's like a plum. It's in between purple and plum. It's not actually purple, so it's in between purple and plum, and I'm just using that as a second color because I like gradation of colors. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I blend it properly with the frosty baby pink color. I don't like to see where one line ends and where the other starts and all that, so of course that's just me. So well blended right now, I'm going third color, which is I mixed a black color with that particular second shade I used, the plum color. So I don't want it to be all black. The black is also from the Morphe 35W palette. So I'm picking that black and the plum color, that outer V, also to contour our eyes. So that's and I'm of course very well, with the rest of the eyeshadow. Now going in with this Maybelline eyeliner for our waterline, is called Liquid Eye. I like the eyeliner a lot. It just glides easily and it stays where I put it. So from here I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills gel eyeliner in jet. It's the jet is the black, so I'm just using that with a brush. I'm just applying that on the eyeshadow, thinly on the eyeshadow. I'm making sure I get enough to cover the band of the false lashes that will be coming on the lashes, on our lashes very soon. So even though I'm not creating an extra wing, I'm just creating a little wing just to get it going. So there goes our false lashes, and I just like to use my hands, generally my fingers, to apply the false lashes. So lashes done, and we're going straight to the eyebrows, eyebrow application. So I'm using this pencil, is called Eversheen pencil. I got them in Nigeria. I kind of like the pencil. It just gives me the results that I want. So if you know me, I like to follow the exact brow shape. I like to follow the exact brow shape. So for my model, I'm just following an exact brow shape, and I use the lighter pencil at first, and then I'm going to be going in with a darker pencil, which is what I'm doing right now. Of course, I made sure that my pencils are well sharpened, and as you can see, I am just using a feather-like application in applying the pencil, so that I don't get to press on the pencil on the skin, so that it doesn't look too artificial. Of course, with a lot of brushing and a lot of grooming, the eyebrow will look perfect. So the way it is right now, pencil application done, I'm just making sure that I brush on the eye pencil with our natural, with our hair or our eyebrow, so that it looks natural. So that's what I like to do. Many times I don't use eyebrow powders. I just prefer to use pencils. It's only on rare occasions that I use eye eyebrow powders and gel. So the pencil just gives me a better control, and that's why I prefer to use it. So right now I'm just taking on a concealer, and I'm using that to clean up, the if there has been any error, or just like I said, this does three things for me. It cleans up errors, then it helps me to create the brows in such a way that the two brows look almost the same. And of course, the third thing is that it highlights the brow bone for me. I like to work with my fingers a lot because I believe they are the best blending tool. So right there, I'm using my fingers to just blend out the color perfectly, so that we don't get any hard lines or visible lines. So of course the lines seem like they're still showing, but I've used my hands to clear them out. So right here I'm using a pencil. We're moving on to the lips. I'm using this pencil by Zaron. Zaron Cosmetics is in Nigeria. This pencil is called Fushia. It's one of my favorite lip pencils. It's quite easy to use. It glides easily. It's not too soft that you won't get great result, and it's not too hard as well. So you can of course use this pencil all over the lips as a lip color, or you can apply a lip gloss over it if you want, or you can use it with a lipstick. So right here I only use the lip gloss to line the lips at first. So I'm using this lip stain. It's called I got it in Nigeria. It's called luxury lip stain. So I'm just using that all over our lips. It's a complementary color with the fuzzy fuchsia lip pencil from Zaron that I used earlier. So I'm just using this luxury lip stain all over our lips because it's this lovely pink color that I really love. And you guys are going to see why I love it. So just to intensify the color and to give me the exact outcome I want, I'm using that same fuchsia pencil all over the lips, over the luxury lip gloss, just to give the thickness, because I wanted it very thick and obvious. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just using the pencil to just intensify the lip stain, and I'm using it mostly on the top. You can see how it just comes, the two just blends, and they look very beautiful when dried. So that done, and you can see that our face is almost done, and my model is looking all good. You can see that the lip stain just moves, just stays perfect on our lips. So I'm moving on to contouring the face. I'm not cream contouring, I'm only powder contouring. I'm using this powder from Maybelline. It's called Cacao. I think it's the darkest color in the line of powder. So I'm using that to contour our cheek, to get the whole of our cheek. So I'm using it with a tapered brush by BH Cosmetics, and that's just helping me to get the whole of our cheeks. I'm also going to be using it on the temple of our head, our forehead, but I'm using it lightly because, like I said, I'm not a head fan of face altering. I like definition on the face, but I don't like to alter it totally. I'm going to do a tutorial on the way heavy contouring and light contouring very soon. So because I didn't do cream contouring, I totally forgot to apply concealer under the eye, but that's fine because I'm using this Benai banana powder. I mixed Benai banana powder and Benai Topaz powder, and I mixed the two together, and I'm just using this brush, this light brush by elf. I really love it. It's quite light and fluffy. I'm using it. I picked the product, and I'm using the brush to knead it into our skin, as you can see me doing. Because I want the product to settle in properly, into our skin, so I'm using the brush to knead the product into her skin, so that way I get a better outcome. Like, it's not going to look too flat, as opposed to if I just use the powder to sweep over her face, especially her under eye. So those are areas that I needed to, to highlight, that I needed light to hit: the under eye, the chin area, the forehead, and of course the jaw line. So you just see me just pressing on the powder on those areas, and of course I'm just going to use the rest of the powder all over her face. But as you can see, I'm not using the Ben Nye banana powder alone on her face, because I believe that she's dark in complexion, and I wouldn't want the Ben Nye banana powder I wouldn't want to use the Ben Nye banana powder alone, so that she won't look, the under eye won't look, I don't know, there's this whitish effect that I see from people, so that's why I'm not doing that. Kind of mix it, and this just for me gives enough highlight, for a dark complexion lady. So you can see me just kneading it into our skin, the skin of our forehead, and of course the areas of the face that I have not applied powder, I'm just using the rest of the powder on the brush to just touch up those areas, so that everything just looks, good all together. I forgot to contour the nose, so I used the same brush I used to contour at the hollow of her cheek. I'm just using that to make, straight narrow lines on her nose. I would have cream contoured her nose though, so that it will give a better effect. But as far as I'm concerned, it's about a soft outlook. The look is about a soft outcome, so you just see the end result as we go on. So I'm just using the rest of the powder and all over the face, areas that there hasn't been powder, and I'm just using that to just blend everything out, so that the whole face looks seamless. Basically that's it. As you can see, I have enough light. Of course, the area that I contoured, I'm going to blend it out. It's not just going to stand in there, because I can see the definition, the definite line there, which I always preach against. So right here I'm going in with this blush. Is by Black Radiance. I love it. It's called Artisan Color. It's a baked blush, and this color it's not wine, it's not red, it's like burgundy. So it just works very well for a dark complexion lady, or a dark complexion person. So you see the effect. Can you see the effect, as it just, is just dancing on our face? For a fair complexion person, this blush would definitely serve as a contour, blush, that you wouldn't even need to contour with a powder or a cream concealer. So the blush just works beautiful for me, and what I did is I just used it to blend out the line of, the contour that I did. Here I'm going in with this lovely highlighter by Zaron Cosmetics. It's a trial. You can see the palette right there. It's a palette with three products: the highlighter, the highlighting powder, and also a bronzer. So this shade is in dark, so I'm using that on a cheekbone, and of course to narrow down our nose. I'm going to be using on our cupid's bow, and our chin area, and of course maybe lightly on her forehead, just to give me the illumination that I want. But this product is very good, and if you want it, you can definitely get it. I work a lot with my fingers, so right now I'm just using my fingers to blend out the contour and the highlighter that I did. So right here we have a good outcome, and we're moving on to my favorite part, which is the gele. This gele is was given to us by Downflow Fashion. She supplied the gele and the accessories used. I'm going to put her details down below. Downflow Fashion is in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can contact her if you need any of your ashoke in Atlanta, Georgia. So right now I picked my ashoke. I folded it into equal halves, and then I folded the one. I picked one of the halves, I folded that again into another half, so that way I got one quarter. I got a quarter on one side of the head, and I got half on the other side of the hair. So that way there's a shorter hand and a longer hand. So I take them to the back, both, even though I make sure that I have a smooth, a smooth surface in front, which is also always very important when you're tying your gele. You have to have a smooth front, the front has to be smooth enough. So I take the gele to the back and I cross them over, both the short and the long hand. I cross them over such that the shorter hand, kind of exchanged, with position with the longer hand. So right now the longer hand is the one I'm taking over right in front. So I'm taking it over to the other side, but in taking it over I'm trying to do my pleats or steps, however you call it. So right now I'm pleating or making the steps from the back and just taking it all over. If you just watch me very closely, even as this is a tutorial and I want you guys to try this at home. Try it on yourself or on somebody else. Let me know if you're able to get it. The whole idea of this video and tutorial is for you guys to really learn and be able to do this thing. So like I said, I'm doing the pleats right now and I'm taking it all over to the other side. When you have a gele like this, especially the one that has lines, you want to make sure that all the colors show, which is what I'm doing here. This gele is like a graduation of different colors, so I'm making sure that all the colors show. We have a lighter pink, we have a fuchsia, and we have a regular pink. We have one that is a frosty pink, which is the color of the eyeshadow that I used earlier. So it's very important for you to have that that in mind, that when you have gele that has lines, you want to make sure that all the lines show. I mean, for me, that's how you can have a good outcome, or that's how the beauty of the gele is going to show. If I do it in such a way that the gele is all scattered and the lines are all scattered, it wouldn't be pleasing to your eyes. So what I do is, once I've had enough pleats, which I did about 4 or 5, I just make sure that I reposition the gele. So mind you, as I was going through it, I made sure that my grip is still very firm, so I did not loosen my grip on the gele. That is very important. So right now at the back, I picked the hand on the leaf of the gele from the right, and I make sure that I pleated it like a fan. Remember how we do paper fan when we were a lot younger? That's exactly what I'm doing with the back. So that way, with the 2 leaves of the gele, then you tie it. It's that easy. So that way you get that fan-like effect at the back of your gele. So that's it. But what you have to do is to make sure that you pleat both of them. You pick the pleat on the same side, so that one side does not have a wider pleat and the other one has a smaller pleat. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So also you want to make sure that your gele is well tightened, like not that you tighten it to the extent that you have a headache, but you want to tighten it to the extent that it's not going to fall off. And it's always better to have the hair pulled back so that hair doesn't interfere with the gele. So after tightening it, what I'm doing right now is that I'm only arranging it, and arranging it's all it's all, your creativity that matters. In arranging it, yeah, you want to make sure that you kind of continue the plate, but not in sleeping layers. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my pleats are neat, and I'm continuing the pleats so that the round part in front is well layered, but I'm not making the pleats flat. I'm making the pleats in such a way that it's going to stand, up. So just watch as I continue with this gele. I'm just dressing it. It's always important is, I haven't tied it at the back and gotten some pleats. You've done the most of the job. But this that I'm doing, like I said, I'm continuing the pleats, but these ones are not going to sleep flat. These ones are going to stand up. So this one, what I'm doing right now is just so that the whole gele will look pleasing and beautiful to the eyes. So so you guys just enjoy it. And of course, I've done that, and I've spread out one of the leaves of the gele. You can see how the fan is, just showing by the side. So also you want to make sure that your gele is raised up. It's always important for you not to have a gele that is slippery or flat at the back. So one hand of the gele is already out. So on the other hand of the gele, which is I call the other leaf, so I'm trying to make sure that I spread it out, and I make sure that I blend the two hands together so it forms like a round, a round fan. So I spread it out, and I make sure that I kind of do my pleats very well, and I join the two leaves together, and it forms that round fan gele that many people always crave for. You can also call this the bridal gele. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling the front leaf and the back leaf together. Many people would use a pin to join them, but I don't know if I've told you guys, I really don't know how to use pins. So I just tie my gele straight with my hands, and I make sure that I tighten them properly. So I pride myself in the fact that I don't know how to use pins, because I'm always scared that the pin will poke my hands or stuff, or if I tie the gele with pins, I guess I am not able to do my job right. Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is that I'm pulling the gele back a little to show a little bit of hairline. This to me gives a better or a finer outlook, because it just makes the whole face come out. Some people don't like their hairline to show. I get clients tell me, oh, I don't want it pulled back, I don't want my hairline showing. Probably some of them think they don't have fine hairlines, but well, I mean, you can always give whatever your client wants to them. But for somebody who has beautiful hairlines, you can always brush them back, use an edge control, and get a beautiful outcome with the edges. So you can see my model is checking out herself. She loves her look already. Right now I'm just using MAC Mineralise powder to on those areas of the head that the gele might have cleaned off, and of course I'm just using the rest all over the rest of her face to get a better, to get the total face outlook. You can see how beautiful she looks. Yes, that part, sometimes the ears might get folded in as we tie the gele, so don't forget to kind of let the ears out and let them breathe. You can see my model loves her look, and she's smiling and dancing. So yeah, I'm just reapplying the blush just with the brush, not with extra product, just so that if I've cleaned out with powder, just making sure that it's still more obvious, and the face is showing. At this point, I want to say thank you guys for watching. It's been a long lesson, and it's been my pleasure taking you guys through this tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and you can share this video, comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I really appreciate you guys for always being here. And like I said, the accessories, the gele, the hand fan, everything was supplied by Danflo Fashion. So I'll leave a description contacts in the description box below. So you guys enjoy yourself. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. See you in my next video. Bye bye.
Tell me what